These are the top trends dominating the health practice field in 2024. And if you're not on board, you're leaving money on the table. In this video, I'm going to cover the top trends to attract high-paying, high-quality patients for 2024 so you can end the year strong with these strategies. The first strategy might be the most obvious and the thing that most of you guys are doing, but it needs to be mentioned because if you're not doing this, you're going to be left behind, and that is generating reviews. Nowadays, in 2024 and in many previous years, the way that the patient is going to do their research about the practice is, of course, looking at reviews. And this goes for products, anything. Everybody in their buying decision journey is going to likely look at reviews at some point. The first thing, they're going to make sure that there's not a ton of negative reviews. And then the second thing is, if all else is equal, when they're comparing you to your competitor, if you have 556 positive 5-star reviews and the other practice has 7, then they're likely going to go with yours. Don't be the opposite of that comparison. Now, you may be asking, what's the best way to generate these reviews? And that can be as simple as asking at a certain frequency. You might get away with asking for a review every single visit. That may get annoying at some point for some patients. If you have an automated system like we do at our agency, you should implement that. But otherwise, ask at some certain frequency, whether that's, like I said, after every visit. You could do that monthly. And a good time to do that is when you're doing your check-ins with your patients. Hopefully, you have a system in place that checks in on their pain levels, their happiness, and gets a little feedback about your practice from the patient. So at that point, that's a great time to ask for that review if they haven't done so. Another very simple way is to design a very simple QR code to display at the front desk and say that, we love your reviews. Your reviews help us grow and help us continue to offer new services. We would love if you could take 2 minutes and leave us a honest review. That can generate quite a bit. And your front desk staff, as soon as they hear positive things from the patient, just simply point them to the QR code and say how much they would love that feedback from you online, so other patients can see that when they're looking up a new practice. The next on the list to attract high quality patients in 2024 is to target those similar interests that high quality patients are into. So if we were to go back and look at the content that you've been posting organically or the ads that you've been running, hypothetically, if they're targeting kids in college, you might not be attracting those patients that you want to with that disposable income. So you may want to rethink the content or the ads that you're putting out there. Maybe you want to focus on attracting those who play pickleball. That may seem silly to you, but the folks who play pickleball in their spare time, the likelihood of them having that disposable income or the income that's needed to afford your services or that desire your services, there's a strong correlation there. So target and have the messaging be congruent with the lifestyles and the interests of patients who are able to afford that higher care and who desire those higher care services. Another could be golf. These are activities that cost quite a bit of money and that also these higher income patients may be interested in. Another tip is that if you want to drive in these high quality patients in 2024, you need to be a high quality practice. And you do that in a few different ways. The number one way is to offer higher quality services. So if you're a chiropractor and you're doing really well, you're the best of the best at your chiropractic adjustments, you may want to consider adding in and bringing in services that attract that higher quality, that higher income patient, something like a red light therapy device. As you know, we are very into adding these high quality devices. We have distributorships with a lot of these high quality red light therapy beds. Of course, if you're interested in one for your practice, please reach out to us. We will get you the best, highest quality bed and the best deal, and include some of our marketing with it. But whether you go through us or somebody else, add in these high quality services, and this will just, in general, just give your practice that higher quality, that higher end feel, and then of course attract more patients and higher paying patients. A sort of side benefit to that is, let's say we're staying on the red light example, you're bringing in these patients at least 8 to 10 to 20 times per month, and they're going to see your main services offerings as they come in, and they're going to get entered into that, maybe that email drip system that encourages things like chiropractic care or whatever your main service is. And so you're getting these patients that come in for something, but are also consistently seeing the education and why your main services are so important and how they can help them. So you're getting a lot of carryover, and then you can also do the actual carryover sales from those other services. So then you're greatly increasing that LTV of these patients that you're bringing in. So staying on that trend with, if you want to attract higher quality or higher end, you want to be higher end. So first impression is absolutely everything. And what is typically everyone's first impression of your practice? Outside of reviews, they're likely looking at your website. That's a very easy, low effort, high output action that you can do, is update your website into a very clean, modern, elegant looking website. This may sound crazy that the website is going to bring in higher quality patients, but if you're comparing two practices, all else equal, reviews are the same, and one is just this dated website that looks like they coded it 20 years ago, and it's just bland. The colors don't work. It doesn't even look good on the phone. It's not mobile friendly. And then you look at this other practice who looks like it's a brand new website, well thought out. The branding, the colors are there. Lots of good white space. It's modern. It looks great on the phone. This is going to make their decision to believe that this may be the higher end practice. They seem to care a little bit more, that's for sure. Just consider that when at least you're comparing apples to apples. The next tip to attract these higher quality patients is to put out organic content. You don't want to just post a generic picture about, oh, happy Thanksgiving. No, you want to post videos with your face in the camera, your practice in the background, your devices and your services in the background, with, of course, good lighting, clean background. It doesn't need to be a highly edited video. They want to see what they're getting into. They want to see who they're going to meet. They want to see what the office looks like. That provides a more welcoming feel. And then, of course, if you are in a nice building, your office is nice, clean, bright colors, you want to put that in the background so they can actually see, okay, wow, this is a high-end practice. This is beautiful. I want to be a part of this family, so to speak. I saw, their adjustment tables or their red light bed, and I want to go check that out. So post organic content and let people see, what they're going to get into, who they're going to see, the services they're going to get into, what that patient room looks like. Doing even a tour of the practice is really cool, really easy content to shoot. So think about what you're putting online and how that represents your practice and who that's going to attract. So actually, one of the biggest tips on generating new high quality, higher paying patients in 2024 is actually not having to generate new patients. What's easier and less work than having to generate new high quality patients? That's increasing the LTV, or the lifetime value, of these high quality patients. And how do we do that? We can do that through loyalty programs and milestones. Both of these are very similar ideas, but you want those high quality patients, that top 20 base of your patients, to be appreciated. Reward them. and keep them on as long as you can and keep them coming back. For loyalty programs, you want to reward and offer extra perks and benefits to being a recurring patient in your practice. As a member or as a patient of your practice, maybe they get exclusive offers to another local business that you have a partnership with. But just think about how you can reward these patients. And very much related to that are creating these milestones that we've talked about. With milestones, you're killing two birds with one stone. You're keeping them on for longer. But even more in depth than that is if you're looking at your data, you want to find where these patients are starting to dip and starting to drop off and not returning. For an example, let's say that's at the 5-month mark. What you want to do is you want to create these milestones. Maybe you'll create an easy one at month 3, but then create a really awesome one at month 6. That way you can see if they start to dip at 5, if that 6-month milestone is so awesome and that reward is killer, then they're likely not going to have that 5-month drop off and they're going to stay a little bit longer. So if you keep introducing those milestones at a point of drop off, just like a little bit farther than that point, you're going to see a shift, and then you're going to keep these higher quality patients on for longer. To give you an example of milestones, if we're talking about a chiropractic practice that offers services like massage or red light therapy, at month 3, maybe they unlock a free full body 60-minute massage. And then at month 6, maybe they unlock 2 more massages, and then maybe they unlock 5 red light sessions. Something absolutely, oh my gosh, I can't wait to hit this milestone. Obviously, that's just an example. Whatever your practice has and what they can offer, maybe you're doing IV therapy and you can give them a free drip session. So just be creative with this, but in order to extend the lifetime value of these higher quality patients, just put something that is a reward for them to stay on longer. The last tip to generate these high quality patients in 2024 is to utilize your current patients and to get more of them. And that's through referral systems. Referral systems or referral programs, however you want to set it up, is a gold mine in your practice. A great one is offering family certificates. So as these great patients are coming in, literally hand them a physical family certificate coupon. If you want to print, business card sized coupons, you can get 500, 1,000 for very cheap through any of these services that do business cards. But hand them out as a business card on one side. On the other side, it's that family certificate. And you just want to hand that out to these patients who, as you're chatting with them, they might have brought up their family and some of the pain that they're in. At that point, you could deliver that to them. Or you can just simply do it at random, or your front desk can have those to pass out. And this is a great way for these great patients to bring in their fantastic family members as well. Along that same line, it doesn't need to be family. You can just simply do VIP passes. And you can do this at your desired frequency. That could be, maybe once a quarter, you guys are handing out VIP passes for your current patients to hand out. And maybe they're getting a free first chiropractic adjustment or their free first red light therapy session, etc. And so you can hand these out. These don't have to be family members. They can be the business cards as well. Maybe you give those out as a milestone or as one of those perks that we talked about previously. So just figure out when you want to best deliver those, and that will help, these patients bring in more patients just like them. We have a referral system that we utilize in our agency here where you can define what the new patient gets and what the current patient gets, and then they get a dashboard for that, and we take care of all the automation in between. But you don't need that. You can simply implement these strategies. QR code, we've talked about this, a QR code at the front desk, which will help, hey, we would love more patients like you. Could we interest you in XYZ? Of course, abide by the local laws in terms of, gifting or rewarding those who refer. Now, one really cool hidden benefit that you may not think about with these referred in patients and family members is that they know that you're going to this practice on a recurring basis. So they have some understanding of cost or commitment that it may take to get out of pain or to get to their desired outcome. So this is different than a patient that has no idea about you or your services, whereas these referred in people, if they're a friend or family member of this patient, you're going to get a lot less of that tire kicker mentality, and they're going to have an idea of what it takes to get to their desired outcome. I hope this helps, and if you would like us to do this for your practice, simply reach out to us at automatedpractice.com. And if you like content like this, I invite you to subscribe, and we'll be posting much, much more of these helpful tips to grow your business or your practice. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.